This video is to show the students basically how to install Kali Linux onto either an Oracle VirtualBox or through the VMware player. So first thing you want to do is you want to go and just go into Google and type in Kali Linux, and then you'll see a link here. It should be the very first one. It says download Kali Linux, and if you click on that, it will take you to this website right here. And there's all kinds of different versions and flavors that you can click on and download, but I would suggest all you really need is a 32-bit Kali Linux, and I like to do the ISO. So when you click on that, it'll start to download. It takes a little while, depending on your internet speed, but it's roughly about 3 gigabytes, so that will take some time. In the meanwhile, another thing I'm going to show while it's downloading is there's several different ways to set up your system. So you can either have Oracle VirtualBox, so we'll just type in Oracle VirtualBox there, and when it comes up, you just want to click on download. And depending on what system you're using, you just click on that. So if you're using a Mac, you want to use OS X. If you're using Windows 7, click on Windows, Linux, or Solaris distribution, you'd want to use that one. So I'm going to eventually show you how to do this in my virtual machine for Windows 10, because I'm assuming that's what most of my students have. But so you can either use Oracle, which I'm going to show you both methods. You can use Oracle VirtualBox, or if you type in VMware Player, you'll come up with VM Workstation Player or VMware Player. Depends on how you say it. It doesn't really matter. But you want to download the 64-bit version, 12.5. Now, just plain VMware Workstation Pro is paid. You have to pay to use that. The VMware Workstation Player is free. Anyone can use that. And it's basically the same thing as what I have here with VM Fusion. This is just the Mac version, and they make you pay for it. But VMware Player is completely free, and everything is very, very similar to the VM Fusion. Just some of the stuff's slightly different, but you can change the network adapters, hard disks, cameras, sound cards, USBs and Bluetooth, etc. on them. And as you can see, I have several machines set up on my all my virtual boxes, but I'm going to show both methods. So in the meantime, I'm just going to pause this recording. Actually, before I do that, I want to show one more thing. So if you just type in fact, what I used was Kali Linux suggested Wi-Fi adapter. So when you're using a VMware, VM player, or even Oracle, you can't use Wi-Fi because you may be using Wi-Fi on your laptop, but when the virtual machine is going through your computer, it actually thinks of the Wi-Fi as being a physically plugged in like Ethernet cable. For some reason, it cannot find the Wi-Fi chipset. So what you need to actually do to do like the Wi-Fi pen testing is you will have to buy a Wi-Fi adapter. Now, I'm not telling my students, please don't go out and go buy this. This is just what you would need. So when you type in Kali Linux suggested Wi-Fi adapter, usually the very first one that comes up talks about from other people what is compatible to that Kali Linux distribution. So I actually have two of these. I have this one right here, which I use, and then I also have this one right here. This one's a little more discreet. It looks just like a thumb drive, but this one right here will give you more distance. So when you click on that, it actually takes you to the Amazon site, and as you can tell, it will do G and N of the 8211s, and it's really not that expensive. It's only $15. So it just really depends. If that's something you feel you want to get, go ahead. But please, by all means, don't just go out and purchase it just for Thursday's class. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it here, and I will show you the next steps of actually setting up the virtual machines.